Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. This is taken about 7 yards deep, and they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. Now a first carry for Lamar Miller. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. On second down, here's Miller. And he'll take this one up close to the 25-yard line. 2 yards gets them back to where they started, but now 3rd and 10.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive. From the gun, here's Watson. Man open, that's Kiki QT complete. And now off to the races, down the right side. Touchdown, Houston. Kiki QT with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Texans have taken the early lead. Fairbairn good with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Out is the Texans kick team as they'll send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
Yeah, that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. Following the delay, here's 2nd and 9.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
On 2nd down, here's McCarron. He's got a man. It's Corey Coleman. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. 19 yards that time for number 19.
Leopard! Gun! 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 Watch it now, Barney! Barney!
First carry for Chris Ivory. Oh, he's got some breathing room. Room to run inside the 40. And finally brought down at the 31-yard line. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first.
I know that play went to the left side, and that's what it was designed to do, an outside handoff there. But how about the whole offensive line being involved? Seal the left side where the play was going, what they call play side. But how about on the back side? Just taking care of business to make sure no one can get there and disrupt it.
Is the biggest key the left tackle?
Without a doubt. Control that edge. Get out there. You want that left tackle. If you bring your tight end over there, either way, control the edge of the line of scrimmage, you got a chance to rumble.
There it is, the defense waking up after 3 plays that hurt them. Finally, they stand up.
They have a little pride, too, you know. 3 straight first down type plays. Yeah, they wanted to make one stick on their side, didn't they?
To throw is McCarron. This will be caught inside the 10. And a nice gain of 21 yards. So they gave up the early touchdown. This has been a pretty good response. Nice drive, taking it down 1st and goal.
And I know all the cliches jump in, right? Don't get away from your game plan too early. Make sure you're settled down. Don't panic. But it's all true, isn't it? Because otherwise, you get out of what you plan to do during the game, and it's still early. Don't get crazy because you gave one up. Just respond as you just noted.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll try to run with Ivory. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
J.J. Watt makes another tackle there, and it's for a minimal gain. And let's face it, if that's all you're going to get running the ball, you're not got much success against him and his team.
Or, yeah, you better find a way to go around J.J. Watt, which isn't easy to do.
It's really not, because you got to try everything. Can you go around him? Can you go by him? Can you influence him to get him out of position so maybe you can wall him off? He's a really sharp, intelligent player, as well as a physical specimen.
Set. Green 39. Green.
They'll give it to him up the middle. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd. We've become so accustomed to it, you sort of take it for granted.
You really do, but he is so good that every team in his division, every year, is trying to make sure they draft people charged with trying to block J.J. Watt. So far, hasn't been too successful.
Decent gain on the scramble of 6, but now it's 4th.
I liked his effort there. He got it done on his own. But let's face it, he puts defenses in a really stressful spot when he takes off and runs, because a lot of guys have coverage responsibilities.
Good job of rallying, though, because I thought when he first took off, he might pick up the 1st down. The offense is staying out there. Here we go on 4th and goal from the 1.
Stand up in.
They'll run it with Jones. And this winds up a disaster, nowhere near the marker. They stop him up short on 4th and goal from the 1. And this Texans defense comes up with a goal line stand.
Hey. 4 down. Blue 80. Blue 80. Come back.
On 1st and 10, Watson. He's going to rifle one deep left side. A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Tre'Davious White with a pick. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line. So good field position for the Bills as they come up 1st and 10. After the INT, it's McCarron. Flush to his right. On the run, he'll let this go. It's caught inside the 25. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line. He got 29 yards that time. On 1st down, this is Ivory. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Tackle made by Whitney Merciless.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Detroit! Detroit!
Now McCarron throwing on second. Stepping up, he'll try and run. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Leopard! Leopard! Back 99 Philly, here we go!
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's second and goal. They'll try and run it in with Jones. And he takes it in across the chalk for a Bills touchdown. A great play there. His third touchdown now on the year. And the Bills are an extra point away from tying the football game. And this one through the uprights and good. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And the Texans set to come onto the field. A tale of two extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. A fresh set of downs on a gain of 13 there for the Texans.
Richmond.
A first down carry now for Miller. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
Tiger.
Here's Watson now on second down. Escaping the pressure right. And this one complete to Will Fuller. And he's taken down, but not before getting this across midfield and just shy of the 40. And a nice gain of 21 yards. So first and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 41.
Back 22. Back 22.
Watson on first down. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. The Pro Bowler DeAndre Hopkins, the intended receiver. And now it's second down. So after the incompletion on first, now second and 10.
Alert. 3 down.
Throwing again is Watson. Going deep for Hopkins. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Jordan Poyer. And he'll bring it all the way back, just a yard or two shy of midfield.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Good starting field position for them as they come up first and 10. They start on the ground with Ivory. And good penetration here. He'll get this down only to about the 49-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on first down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run.
Detroit!
They fake the give. Now McCarron. They'll get this one complete to Zay Jones. First catch for him on the afternoon, and it results in a first down.
Leopard!
They run the counter to Ivory. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, it makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
Here's Ivory. And he'll get a couple here down to the 22.
Well, that's all about doing the dirty work right there defensively. 2nd and short yardage, that's all about plugging those gaps, not giving the running back a crease to run through, and has a nice job to hold him just a couple and force a 3rd down.
Well, they don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Gun!
McCarron will look to throw on 3rd and 2. Rolling to his right. And incomplete on the deep ball. So 1:56 to play in this first half. We're back to Houston after this timeout. And Hauschka's kick is good. And the Bills have taken the lead. So a good snap, good hold, and right down the middle.
Never in doubt. Just the way you used to hit them, partner.
You mean like kicking the ball?
Exactly.
Well, that was in high school.
Doesn't matter. I don't care what level. You hit them, they go through.
And here comes the Texans now. And 2 interceptions thrown here in this first half. You hear it, no matter the sport, they say the great athletes, they can kind of have a short-term memory, but that's easier said than done.
It is easier said than done, but I played with a guy who threw 2 interceptions in the first quarter of a really big game we were playing.
Johnny Unitas?
And no, not quite at that level.
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Jordan Poyer. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line.
You hear me laughing, partner, and I'm not laughing at the situation, but sometimes you just get yourself into a rut. It's hard to shake yourself out of it.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10.
Detroit!
The drive begins with a run by Ivory. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Came out in a power set, but that only served to put more men in the box. And guess what? If you're going to do that, you've got to win up front, right? Your offensive guys have got to beat the defenders. They lost all leverage on that play.
McCarron to throw on 2nd down. Steps away to his left. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a 3rd down.
Leopard!
Now here's McCarron on 3rd. And this is going to be incomplete.
And what did we talk with them about prior to the game? Their ability to move the chains, pick up first downs. So far, 0 for 3 on 3rd down. If that continues, they have little chance of winning this one.
Schmidt on to punt as he sends it away. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. Heading out as the Texans offense as they get set to take over here. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Micah Hyde. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. We haven't even escaped the first half, and he's already thrown 4 picks.
And Brandon, back in the good old days, probably back before you were born, if your starter threw 4 in the first half, he might throw 8 or more for the game because they weren't going to pull him out. But nowadays, the patience level isn't quite there. He's going to have to make some real adjustments, or the backup may see some time.
That throw good for 4. It's second down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done.
Leopard!
Watch tight end. Key him. Key the tight end.
Now Jones. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal. Working from the gun here. McCarron. Blitz coming, and down he goes. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play as we'll get a timeout. As they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. McCarron following the sack. He leads his guys up on 3rd and long.
Detroit!
Shotgun snap from McCarron. And this is caught for a Bills touchdown. Corey Coleman in the final seconds of the first half. And the Bills will add on to their lead.
And that's a lead that excites a team as they head into the half. Good way to finish things off.
Yeah, able to extend that lead, and you always say it, that can totally change the complexion of half number 2.
Yeah, it changes your morale, changes your outlook. But even before that, let's see if they decide to kind of squib kick or what they're going to do on the kickoff, because you don't want to give up a big play right before the half ends.
Good point. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And now out comes Houston. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Lamar Miller. And he'll work his way across the 30 to the 32. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game as we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Bills with the lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. Out come the Bills now as they'll go on offense first here in this 3rd quarter. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Now it's McCarron on play action. Steps away. And, boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
And you just know when that play call came in, their eyes lit up because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun, and they missed an opportunity.
After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave them trying to convert on 3rd and 9.
3-19! 3-19!
On play action, it's McCarron. And with a flag down, he goes down. So they're able to sack him. Now the penalty looks like it could be holding. Let's find out. Here's Colton Schmidt now, standing about a yard deep in his own end zone. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Ellington now to return it. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the Texans with great field position to start this drive as they take over 1st and 10. Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 49. They begin with a run by Miller. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Well, if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
On 2nd down, here's Watson. And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down.
So what's the word I'm looking for here about how this drive just started?
Disjointed?
I'll go with that one. I mean, think about it. 1st down, took a bad loss on a running play. Take the sack on 2nd down. Now they got to come up with something big here on 3rd.
Going to need something special here on 3rd and long. After that sack, what does Watson have in his arsenal? Out of the gun, Watson. Flushed out right. And now here is another interception. Tre'Davious White with a pick. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way. Well, you had to punt on your first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, you end up going backwards. I would dare say they need something good to happen right here, right now.
McCarron now to throw. Finding some room at midfield. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Coleman. 83 yards. Receiving now for him on the afternoon as he's got a 1st down here.
Leopard!
Hey, boys, we got 4 down.
On 1st and 10, here's A.J. McCarron. And an alley to run. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down.
Well, it looked like a quick hitter, a 3-step drop, but when it's not there, what do? He elects to try and escape through the massive bodies up the middle, and he does so and picks up positive yardage.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue 90.
They go play action here on 1st down. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Call it a gain of 5, and it'll be 2nd down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. A.J. McCarron looking to throw. He sets up the screen to Jones. A good job defensively to hold that to 4 yards, and now it's 3rd down.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed, but all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
They'll try and run for it with Jones. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down. So out comes the field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. He hit his first, this one from 40 yards out. And Hauschka's kick is good. And that will open the lead up now to 20-7. So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
And things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front 7? As they got closer to the goal line, things stiffened a little bit, forced the field goal.
Here comes Bruce Ellington on the return. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. And now out comes Houston. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Hey, we got 3 down.
To throw on 2nd is Watson. That's incomplete. Nearly another pick. My goodness.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time.
We got 3.
Come back, come back. Green, the line. Green, the line.
49's a mic.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. And incomplete here on 3rd down. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary, they really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
The Bills getting set to go. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? I mean, they score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, you feel like you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still 3rd quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they? 3rd quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
And they'll go play action with McCarron. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 40. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. After the interception, here's Watson. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Back to the air. Watson on 2nd down. Trying to lay one up deep. Got a man open. It's Fuller for the Texans touchdown. Will Fuller, his first touchdown on the year. And the Texans turn that interception into a touchdown. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. Out is the Texans kick team as they'll send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. And now out come the Bills. I'm curious to see, Charles, about the play calling on this drive. Last time out, the interception that led to a touchdown. Here we are. I mean, very close, one-score game.
Yeah, and if I'm a defender, I'm actually chirping to you on the other side of the ball, said, hey, we picked off the last one. What you going to do about it now? So when you do throw the football, high percentage, but throw it with confidence. If there's any hesitancy at all, it could end up in enemy's hands again.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
It's nothing like pressure to affect the accuracy and the timing of a guy trying to throw the football. And on that play, they ended up flushing him to his left. Contacted him as he's trying to throw the football, and that led to the incompletion.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Lucky 56. Lucky 56.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to 4th down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
And now out comes Houston. And things are starting to move in the right direction. They get the touchdown last drive, then their defense gets them the football back.
Yeah, now they have a chance to get the lead if they can put something together here. And I'm eager to see how they decide to do it. They want to be methodical, or do they want to take the big strike and go after it right now?
To throw is Watson. And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line. So a loss of 5, and it'll be 2nd down. So they had the big loss on that first down pass play and facing a 2nd and long.
Come back, come back.
Watson to throw on 2nd down. It's complete to Fuller. And now running right through it. And he'll be out of bounds near the 30. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
As long as you go through your proper reads and progressions, the drag route can be one of those old reliable plays because usually it's good for a good chunk of yardage, as we just saw there.
And those guys like it, right? They can get the ball with a full head of steam.
Especially against man coverage, because man coverage, they're typically running away from someone and not worried about traffic coming out on the other end.
And my goodness, another interception. Tre'Davious White with a pick. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line. They give it to Ivory. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. On 2nd down, here's McCarron. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. The former #1 overall pick, Jadeveon Clowney, in there to get him. And that's sack number 6 for him on the year. McCarron following the sack. He leads his guys up on 3rd and long. From the gun, it's McCarron. Eluding the pressure right. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. Give him 9 on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to make it a 2-score game.
It's you.
Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 49. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Hauled in by Anderson, left side. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Seeing that play and understanding just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And
Man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. They come up on a 1st and goal and most likely 4-down territory as they need a touchdown and the PAT for the lead. Now it's Watson. Buying time to his left. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, that plays a statistic that's going to go on the defensive team stat sheet. Won't necessarily reflect in ours, right, the overall game sheet. But you and I know that they keep count on pressures, hits on quarterbacks, all those things, hoping to increase that throughout the game. And here we are in the 4th quarter, and they got a big one.
Yeah, it's such a close game, a very big one. Flush to his right. Oh, no, he lost the football. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line. He let one slip away last week as well, so now 2 fumbles lost in as many weeks.
Well, we were out at practice, and we watched him work. And what did his quarterback coach talk about all week?
Being a two-hand monster.
And we looked at each other. Two-hand. Oh, I get it. Two-hand monster. Both hands on the football, taking care of it, putting it away so the ball doesn't get dropped.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Hurry up, here we go.
They'll give it up to Ivory. He takes this from the 30 to the 34. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this.
Leopard! Leopard!
On 2nd down, Ivory. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. And quickly we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively. The Bills on 3rd down. Just 1 conversion in 8 tries. Not good. This is 3rd and 8. Back to throw. McCarron being chased out left. And some space here. And avoids the contact by sliding. 11 yards and a Buffalo 1st down. That is an absolute backbreaker. That was a design passing play, wasn't a draw. You think you got him stopped, good coverage downfield, and he's able to pick up the first with his legs. Defensively, that kicks into your psyche and hurts a little bit, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and here's the thing. Anytime you give up a 1st down, it hurts you psychologically, but it hurts more when they get it this way because you've covered everything. He didn't have any place to throw the football. He takes off running and picks it up anyway, and now you have to stay on the field for an extra set of downs.
And really could have used that stop trailing here in the 4th. Now a 1st down carry by Jones. And they get him down right near the midfield stripe. The Bills on their way to victory now as they take the knee. So here we go, Charles, third down. Any chance you're throwing?
I don't think so. I think you got to keep the clock rolling here.
Hey, boys, we got 4. Hot!
Down to a knee one more time, and that should just about do it.
Yeah, it's fun to kneel down in front of your home crowd, but when you go on the road, that band of brothers attitude, right? Just us against the world and get it done. How happy are they?
I remember a coach at a previous stop telling me, you get a win on the road, doesn't matter the opponent, get out of there like you stole something. And they did in this one. A road win in the National Football League. You're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you